I'm
like to
just
think
gonna,
that,
yeah,
wouldn't
I'm just
you?
refreshing just to see if it has gone live. We're online, so that's positive. We're
Oh,
offline, that's not
oh,
positive.
wait, wait. All the echoes. Okay.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm getting buffering. That's never a good sign.
We stand in defiance.
I'm so tired of that ad. It's on YouTube and on frickin' whatever this thing is called, Twitch.
Which, what ad is that?
It's the Little Nas ad. I mean, he's cool and all, but I'm just tired of the ad. And it says defy logic, and I can't live my life by that.
Oh yeah, yeah. We seem to be coming through, so that helps.
Okay, good.
Cool. I wasn't ignoring you. I was just checking, but chat will probably tell us a little whether the levels are a bit too quiet or saying I don't know.
Visit us, chat. Come in, chat.
Hmm.
Oh, let me
What's that? Gone off. Oh, the notification for Twitch just went off.
Oh, good. Do you want to put it
Now
on
yeah,
Twitter?
yeah. I'll do that. Yeah. Good thing I got Twitter loaded already.
Thank
It's
goodness.
like I knew.
Yeah. Yeah, see, not in my downloads. Well, I mean, hold on. Nope, not in my downloads folder.
Yeah, I know. Oh, okay. I know it doesn't affect you as a Northern Islander at the moment, but obviously you saw the news that Matt Hancock decided to
Well, it
bugger off after being caught in an affair.
it does affect in some ways. Oh. Just not quite in the same ways it affects you guys. But it would be a very long and boring thing to try to explain how that all works. Oh, chat. Come join us. Don't leave me lonely. Do you want to discard? Yes. Just open the dadgum thing. There we go. Thank you. Here, I'll put. Sure is quiet in here.
Hmm.
Panicky face.
Why the hell hasn't that linked? Stupid links. Shut up.
No, that's me because I'm freaking out because there's like
Right.
nobody here.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. I thought you were being
No,
a bit fun.
nope,
Weird.
it's just me freaking out.
Don't be freaking out.
I know, it doesn't matter because if people don't watch
I
it
need your
now.
top form.
Uh, if people don't watch now, they will watch the VODs. The VODs pop off. God,
Yes, they do.
so.
What the?
What? Is it not loading on Twitter?
No, it's me being an absolute donut. That's more than.
Well, that happens. But anything you want to
Yeah,
share with the class?
I was wondering why it wasn't linking, and I've realised that I put the linking completely incorrectly.
I can't believe
Hit.
We have 0 in chat, and I'm freaking out. No,
Don't freak out.
Who cares? If they're not there, they're not there. You know, that's how that goes.
Yeah. Also, remember that. Well, the notification has gone out on Twitch on the Discord now, so that always helps.
Yeah, I'm just used to people being in here.
I know, but bearing in mind that we'd literally only just gone live, and then you're putting a message out saying, "Sure, it's quiet in here." It's like,
there's 0 people in chat.
Well, apart from us.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We're not 0 people then.
Well, all right. There's 2 people in chat.
Which is us.
Yes.
Oh dear.
But I don't count us.
No, it's fine. Remember when we used to talk into the ether, just us two, and nobody would actually see this?
It's true. That's true. All right. It is what it is.
Yes.
We'll just do a nice and easy one. Quick and dirty.
I forgot that's Jesus Christ, I forgot that's tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
The Mr. Sakurai presents Kazuya.
All right.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to how they're going to try and pull off Kazuya in Street Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
How the hell are they going to implement all of his moves?
If anyone's
Every
in
single
chat,
one of them.
say hi, because our thing doesn't register anyone in chat.
Yeah, and we also we need level checks. Level checks. I might help if I actually open Audacity as well.
Oh, crap. Shut up. You don't know me.
No, that's me laughing at myself as well.
Oh, okay, good.
Moron. Look, I'm it seems to be
Usually you're
all over the
laughing at
place
me.
today. No, I'm all over the place today for some reason, it appears, and I don't know why.
It's all right. I'm half here. I'm not
Brilliant.
sleeping. I'm not sleeping.
You didn't sleep again last night, then?
I fell asleep about 10 this morning.
Jesus.
And then woke up at like 2 to you saying 20-minute warning. Whenever you put 20-minute warning, I had just woke up.
That was 2:10.
And I was like, oh crap. I have to
Yeah, I
get ready.
need to actually put my face on.
Yep. So I haven't had coffee yet.
Why?
I ran out of time.
You could have just turned around and gone.
Oh,
"Don't
looky
worry."
there. Brent's here.
Oh,
Hey,
Brent.
Oh, gosh.
So, yeah, you could have easily made yourself a coffee. Look, I'm drinking tea. There's no way I'm getting through this without caffeine.
Well, it's too late now. Brent,
I
let us
can
know
entertain
levels.
the chat whilst whilst she takes a few minutes to make coffee.
I will absolutely never leave a show. That's crazy. No. No. Can't even imagine. But yeah, Brent, let us know levels.
Yes, please. Also,
Because I've been messing
vote
with the levels.
if you want Kylie to go and get coffee.
I am not leaving. Sorry, that is just not happening. It's not happening.
Well, why? Because you worry about what I will say about you on your
Oh my
off-stream.
gosh, no.
I'll never leave a man down.
That's right. We're in this together, man.
Yeah, sorry, I've just realised I've got to go and do something quickly.
Be right back.
I'll be right back in 3 hours.
Oh my gosh. Well, Brent, I'm glad you're there because it's literally telling me no one's in chat.
Yep. We are.
Well,
we have people.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I still vote you should go and get coffee.
I'm not getting coffee. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving my post, man.
What, are you Leo now? In Wall Street? I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. That gift went down a treat.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't care if you get caffeine. Good.
I'm not going though, so it's okay.
I'm not leaving.
Nope. All right, we'll give chat. We'll go a little bit longer this time because there's like no one but Brent here.
It's fine. It's fine. People will turn. If you build it, they will come.
I could take that places.
I know you could, and that's why I'm not letting you.
No,
Well,
this
making
is
the reference to the Wade's World, and that's it.
I'm being good. Oh, it's also a reference to a movie called Field of Dreams.
I'm aware.
This is my
old
good.
Kevin Costner film about baseball.
Yeah, I used to love it, but again, I haven't seen it since I was a kid. But what was I saying?
Good film.
Had good music.
Good film.
No, on these, I'm a good girl. On Fridays, I'm a bad girl. That's how that goes.
On midweek chats. Terrible.
I am vengeance. I have become
Well,
death. Destroyer of worlds.
I wasn't even going to say that. I'm just more of the sake of unfiltered more than anything.
Yes.
And not appropriate for cameras or audio, like recording.
For TV. Oh, yay, Brent!
Hey!
My first review for the site went live today. Yay! What are you
Have to
review?
have a
What
look
did you
and
review?
see.
What did you review so I can go look at it? Trails and Traces.
Yes, I did see that earlier.
I didn't. Well, I haven't even. I've been asleep.
Yeah, I did see it. I did like and retweet as always.
Yay! I shall do the same when we're off of here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I tweeted all night and then fell asleep.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
That's quite normal for you though.
Yes, but I need to be sleeping.
I will tweet until I fall asleep.
Yeah, sometimes if it's the iPad falls on my face and it's really bad. If you think,
Yeah, I've had that a few times before. It hurts.
If you think dropping a phone on your face when you're falling asleep is scary / painful, drop an iPad on your face. It's like dropping an anvil.
Yes, it is. Especially if you've got one of those cases that lets it sit up, like.
Oh gosh, I probably.
And then it just falls down
should.
off that. Weird. I've had my phone and my years ago when I did have an iPad, I've had that hit my face so many times. Not fun.
Wake up with the
Get
black eye.
bonked right on the end of the nose.
Yeah. Be like, yeah. I had a cage match last night with the iPad. iPad 1.
I put my face into glass. Technically, some of that's true.
Yep. All right, what you thinking?
Bad thoughts. Let's move on.
All right.
No, we'll get this going, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Mike. Have a good show.
There.
Congrats, Brent. Yeah, hopefully first of many. Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
We agree. We agree.
Thank you, and thanks for saying hi.
Thank you, mate. Mr. Overlord himself. Keeping an eye on us as always.
Yes.
Making sure we don't do anything naughty.
Always.
That shit long sailed.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. Friday was so nice.
It was a good one actually.
I kind of lived off of that over the weekend, all the positivity and stuff. It was good.
Yeah, it put me into a positive mood for Saturday.
That's really what. What?
My partner went to go and get her jab yesterday.
Oh. Did she?
Lucky her, got no side effects apart from the dead arm.
Yep.
Fair enough.
But it can take up to 7 days, so.
Yeah, it can.
Oh, so. Mike, yes we are creeping closer to number 100.
Don't remind us. We
got to go into planning session.
No, we spoke about that the other day, and we were like, we do realize that episode 100 is fast approaching right now, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh. Yeah. We have got potentially a basis for a plan that we can build off.
We'll see. We got to discuss that at another point. It gives me the hives.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm putting it in our chat.
Right.
It's the idea that we had originally, if in case you didn't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like.
Oh God.
What?
Brent.
Oh, hold on.
D&D in a
hot tub.
Well, no, we've not got a million of anything yet,
gosh.
so nope. Afraid to say the hot tub's off limits till then.
I'm gonna have to do. Okay. We'll discuss this later. I have a plan. We will discuss this later.
Yeah, discuss this after we finish streaming.
Yeah. Well, actually, after we finish streaming, I'm probably gonna go to sleep. But
yeah, I know. I'll remind you at the end of it, and then we'll just tell me, and then I can think about it over the course of the next few days until we next convene.
It will be hilarious, and I think we're totally gonna do it. But anyway,
Oh Christ! If it involves hot dogs, then no. Inflatable ones, let me just say.
No.
Nope.
We'll talk about it, but no.
I'm concerned by that now because it's the no.
No, it's because I can't.
Maybe.
No, my brain is. I can't derail. I'm so
Okay, you're
focused.
laser focused.
Yeah.
Fine, all right, fair
Sorry.
enough.
That's my poor brain.
No, it's fine. Is your Audacity open?
The audacity of you. Yeah, it's open.
Okay, well, I need to do the synchronization.
Okay.
So start recording in 3, 2, 1, now, and then usual. So 4, 4. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3.
Okay. Hey, Sincho.
Every goddamn time I look at you and you look so confused. That's why I point.
I got distracted by chat.
I know, Sencho literally rocked up at the time,
Yep.
like, where it's like we're just doing our synchronization. But hey, Sencho, no blame on you for distracting Kylie.
Yep.
So we are actually going to get started with the recording very
right.
soon. So
2 more minutes, and then.
Yar.
But I think this might be us for today.
Yeah, but we've got more people in the stream now by the looks of it, so can't complain.
I don't know, it's not registering. But hey, if there's any,
why is there no episode or anything like that in there?
There is on mine.
Wasn't on mine. How weird.
But also we love our lurkers, so if you're lurking, don't worry, you don't have to say anything.
Yeah, you don't worry.
Never ever.
We acknowledge you, and we appreciate you.
We don't see you, but we know you. I have no idea.
We feel your presence.
Anything I say is just gonna be creepier than the next.
I don't want to be a peep.
I don't like that. Peeps are terrible confectionaries.
Aren't they like glucosey sort of bird things?
They're marshmallow birds wrapped in crystal sugar.
What?
If you set them out, they get hard, and then you crunch them, and they're like...
Phrasing.
You know what it makes me... Yes. You know in Fable when you can eat the crunchy chicks?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you can eat the little baby chickens in Fable.
Yeah.
That's what I always think of is the peeps. Because that's in my head. Because they're like crunchy little chicks.
Yeah, of course. I was trying to think where I remember them from. I believe it might have been either Family Guy or American Dad.
They're a huge joke, so...
I think it's American Dad where it's the where they have the fake space race episode.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, and the Russian guy is like,
yep.
Let's talk, more peeps.
Yep.
It's like, okay, all right, brilliant. Yeah, they are the butt of pretty much every joke, really.
Yeah. All right, cool. I think it's time to start.
I think it is. So,
start your engines.
With that is... Don't, because that reminds me of Daytona, and that makes me want to think about the Daytona music and listen to it.
Oh gosh.
So let's get on. So we're going to start the show in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to episode 84 of Rapid Reviews Radio. I'm your co-host Kylie Wild, and I'm joined by my ever-present co-host Pete Beckett.
Co-host. Yeah, I've now developed a gallop this week.
My co-host Pete Beckett.
Yeah. Hello.
And as always, we are also streaming live on Twitch, so join us at twitch.tv/Rapid Reviews. And come hang out and chat. We have the best chat in the world. So come be a part of that. We love it. But for now, we are... Oh God. Okay, don't look at chat right now. For now, we are going to continue on. This is our news episode, which we do these about once every 4 weeks or so. So it kind of averages to once a month, sometimes twice a month. It's just a little roundup of everything that's been happenings out there. But before we get into that, Pete, how was your week?
The week's been mostly okay. Been quite busy. Actually went to the office a couple of times over the week to go and collect my old stuff and equipment, and for any observant people who can actually see them, there's some amiibos at the back, so which is cool. But I want to rant about something, if I'm honest.
Go for it.
I really do. And I wasn't going to mention this, but you said I should save this.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with Mario Golf?
Chad, is anyone out there playing Mario Golf? Because Pete's got a lot to say.
Look, I'm a big fan of the Mario Golf series. I played the N64 version. Total Store is one of my favorite games of all time on the GameCube. There hasn't been a good one since then, I don't believe. And this continues that trend, I'm afraid to say. The game's too easy, and it really annoys me because the old games used to have a challenge, like with the courses actually being pretty tough. The mechanics were always simplified, understandably so. It's a Mario Golf game.
Right.
It's arcadey and all that, but
Yeah.
the challenge came from the actual courses. Now this one, the only challenge that I ever had was getting struck by lightning, which is kind of annoying. But I've played it for a couple of hours. I've unlocked every course, which you shouldn't be able to do this quickly.
Right.
And the netcode absolutely sucks my left nut. So yeah, not particularly happy with my purchase, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Because Nintendo is kind of notorious for their bad netcode. Oh.
Yeah. I know, it's not so much like the netcode is appalling. I'll be honest, it is really bad. I've not had a game that's gone anywhere above red on the connection. The UI is awful. Like the menus are atrociously bad. Like it takes you 6 selections just to select your character, which is quite bad. And this game definitely feels like it was rushed.
Right.
Which is ironic because it's called Super Rush.
Oh gosh.
But it definitely feels like they're taking the same sort of the model with Mario Golf that they did with Mario Tennis on the Switch, where it's
right.
an okay game to start, but will be built on over the course of a few months with free updates.
Right.
Why? Toadstool Tour was a complete game at launch, and it was more fun than this, and this just really irks me, to be honest. But yes, I did want to actually swear there, but I'm trying my best not to. It's just frustrating to say the least. I don't know. I was so excited about this game, and I probably should have tempered my expectations, to be honest.
Well. Did you see that Mike's copy is arriving tomorrow, and he can't wait to tee off?
Sorry, Mike. I apologise for that, but I was the same on Friday, and it took me until the evening, and I played around, and I went, I don't know about this. Yeah, well, hey ho. I might keep hold of it if it gets better as it updates. Then cool, but they need to fix that menu system then because that is so bad.
Well, outside of that, anything else happen?
Not really.
Yeah, just chill week.
It's just one of those pretty. It's sort of become the standard for most weeks at the moment. I'm still at home. I'm still doing the same things mostly. I'm still streaming on Fridays with you.
Yeah.
We're still having our midweek chats. I'm still walking, and I'm still podcasting elsewhere too.
Oh my gosh, Mike! Oh my gosh. Overlord Mike says, I bought 2 copies of Mario Golf in case I get a hole-in-one.
Right, podcast over. That's it. We're done. We're done. We're never topping that.
Puns, all the puns. You're so punny.
Appalling. That was really bad, Mike, and I should know because I was trying to wind up my father-in-law last week with bad puns.
Oh goodness.
All week. It was funny.
Dear.
Yeah. So, Kylie, how was your week?
Just on average. Oh, Toby says, definitely agree with you on the menu in Mario Golf. It looks so simplistic as well. Yeah, it does. Like the white background that sort of resembles a golf ball.
Absolutely, yeah. I will be honest here. I there's one positive out of the entire game: load times. The load times are ridiculously quick,
Oh, that's
like
good.
quicker than I've seen even on the newer consoles. They are snappy, at least.
That's good.
Like you load the game up literally, and it cuts straight into the opening cinematic.
That's
Like,
very
I think
cool.
a lot of the load times are all done in the background, so that's good at least. Sing its praises where it needs to be praised,
Yeah.
but it's too simple for me. It's far too simplistic. The gameplay itself is, and let me just hinge this on the fact I haven't played speed golf or battle golf yet.
Oh, we'll see. That might be a thing. Is battle golf like other people?
Other people playing at the same time on a specialized course that has, like, I think 9 holes, and you just sort of go around as much as you can. I saw Toby was playing it the other day with a few of the Together We Play lot, so maybe he can
Right.
inform us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, but I mean,
Right.
maybe you'll like it.
That's possible. Like, but just the bog standard golf, which is what I've always played in everything anyway, is
Yeah.
just, it's not to my taste this time around.
Yeah, I think that happens sometimes, really.
Yeah, agreed. So
Yeah, Toby says, yeah, okay, battle golf, I will say, is a lot of fun. More so than the speed golf, but both these modes do bring up the positives for me, which is good.
okay, well,
That's
maybe
good.
I'll play it online and see if I can get a few people to try and help me have a look at that. Because
Yeah,
I'm a bit underwhelmed at the moment, let's say.
it may be all about the multiplayer.
Yeah, but the netcode is appalling,
I
so, that doesn't really help.
I know Nintendo and their netcode.
Yeah, but they've got a pretty decent one in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah,
Yeah, it works, and it works mostly pretty well.
yeah,
So, anyway, shall we move on away
yeah.
from this
Um,
tepid nonsense?
yeah. So in our news roundup today, we've actually cut quite a bit because some crazy things have been
Mm.
happening. But
Yeah, it's been weird because E3 would usually stem the flow of news for a good month. But
yeah,
no, it hasn't slowed anything down.
but we've got some serious stuff too. Two serious things
Oh, yeah.
that
We
I'm
got some.
like,
Well, we got
oh,
3 serious stories actually that are
yeah.
pretty bad.
But while before we get into it, if you're in chat and you want to leave us some questions, go for it. You can ask questions while we're going through the stories, or you can ask questions that are completely unrelated to anything, and we'll save those to the
Yeah,
end for listener questions.
yeah, yeah. If any questions do come up about the story that we're talking about, we will save them towards the end of the story,
Mhm.
or have a look and see where they fit in mostly.
Yeah. So
So we'll go into it, but also bear in mind that every single news story we cover, um, oh God's sakes, distracted by chat again with really, really, really bad puns, Mike. This
yeah.
is great for audio listeners, by the way. Um,
Yes. Overlord Mike has come in with another pun. Uh, stop putting the game down. He shoots, he scores, and he takes the win.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move on because this is annoying. So the format this week for the news, or this time around for the news, is we've got 3 stories that are a little bit shorter in nature, that won't require as much discussion, and then we've got 3 main topics that are 3 news stories that are kind of topics in their
I
own
was
right.
gonna say they each could be a topic, but we'll try and keep it brief because
Mm,
I'm gonna be honest, I'm running on no sleep
yeah, I know.
or
So
very little sleep. So we will
okay,
be wrapping this up at our average time. We won't go
swiftly.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so we'll start out with the smaller news stories, and I thought we'd start out with something that was quite ridiculous. Cyberpunk 2077. We
Whew.
all know what's gone on with that game, how it
Mm-hmm.
got delisted from the PlayStation Network
Yeah.
a while back, how it was on Xbox Live throughout the whole time, but had a disclaimer message.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Cyberpunk 2077 is now back on the PlayStation Network with a warning.
Yep.
So this is ridiculous. I don't know why they ever thought about doing this. So basically, the warning on PSN when you go to purchase the game states that you should not be playing this on a base PS4, and for the best performance, PlayStation Pro or PS5. Discuss.
Oh my gosh. Like, to be fair, I said I was going to stop saying that. Honestly, they should have been so ashamed when it was delisted. And
Mm,
oh yes, as Brent has said, there's unlimited refunds on Xbox that are expiring in a week or so.
that is true. Yeah, that's a good point.
But I know that just I would say I as a company owner, but just me as a person, I would have been so ashamed and so felt so dishonorable if my product went out and people bought it and they paid money for it and it completely was nothing. It was nothing, you know? It
Mhm.
didn't work. It was bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have just taken it completely off. First of all, I wouldn't have released it because that is just, why would you do that? But then I would have just taken it off uh, shelves completely. I would not be attempting to put it back on systems that can't handle it.
Yeah,
That's just shameful. It's absolutely shameful, is what
it's
it is.
awful.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. But also, you have to, yeah, you do have to look at Sony on this one. Why are they relisting this? Why? It's a bad idea to relist this in its current state.
I
Right?
agree with you, but I promise what they're doing is, oh, we've put up a disclaimer. We can't be sued. So if people spend money on this, that's them. That's on them. We take their
Yeah, but
money.
they should. But this is where as Sony, some sort of um, curating, some curating needs to be done in some respect, and it probably already does. So, but at this point, they probably should have just waited until the next generation patch come out and just said, no, this is only available for PS5.
Yeah. Um,
It does like it does damage to both the
it
reputation
does.
of CD Projekt Red and Sony on this part. At least with Microsoft, you can turn around and say, "Yeah, we had the disclaimer from day one. We didn't just take it off the store. We did
Yeah,
warn people." But by delisting it and then relisting it with a disclaimer, it just makes you look bad. I think.
it does. But I promise all they're seeing is money. Money, money,
Yeah,
money, money, money.
it's the legal thing that they're trying to stop, isn't it? If someone
Mm-hmm.
buys it and then gets annoyed that it doesn't, they haven't got a disclaimer, they could sue them, which fair
Exactly.
enough, but still not the point.
Yeah. I think they can't be
Just think,
held liable.
yeah, but
So,
I'm on in on honesty. I just think they probably should just wait until the end of the year. The next generation patch comes out. They list it as a PS5 game. You got no issues there, have you?
right. I agree.
And considering that you have the backwards compatibility on the PlayStation 5 for PS4, what's your issue?
Thing is, I don't think anyone would have been bothered. Well, I just don't think they would have. They made too many promises that they couldn't keep. And I don't
Mm,
think that if they had kept their mouths shut and released just a next gen version,
mm-hmm.
their reputation would have been intact.
Yep, because
Still
at least
not
the
the
next
greatest
generation.
game. Still not great. But
Mm,
it wouldn't have, you know, destroyed their rep. That's like everything, you know?
yeah, they had a good reputation
Yeah.
after The Witcher 3, and the fact that they were riding high basically as The Witcher Netflix show goes into its second
Yeah.
season. They were looking good. You know, I I don't feel like they should have released a PS4 or an Xbox One version at all. I'm with in total agreement with you
Yeah.
there. They should have waited, but I guarantee that there would have been some absolute Chad out there or some twit who would have gone, "Yeah, but you promised a PS4 version or an Xbox One
That's
version
why,
because you
yeah.
announced it for these consoles." It's like
Yeah. And
things change, business changes.
Sencho has a very good point, which does come up from time to time, which is I
Mhm.
love how nobody remembers that Witcher 3 was released in a horrible state as well, so the signs were there. Which,
We've mentioned before.
as yeah, yeah. Um, Wit, Witcher. Anyway, we mentioned way back in the infamous episode where I called it like a year
Mm,
ago. So,
yeah, exactly. It's just Yeah, people forget that The Witcher 3 came out in an absolute horrific state.
Yeah.
It's kind of understandable that that does happen
Aw.
because, hello, but it's just a pain really that people just look at the finished product, like
Mhm.
with all the upgrades that they made, the DLC campaigns that they all had, and it fleshed out into a really, really good package eventually. But yeah, don't forget that they have track record for releasing broken games on launch.
Yeah. And I did try to be very optimistic, um, and say, remind people that New Vegas came out as a piece of crap and it's my favorite game. So,
Yeah, it does
but
happen.
this has not fixed itself. So,
Mm.
okay.
Look, I'll be honest. I removed the download. I removed it from my Xbox. I got the
Right.
refund. I've still got my copy, so I can go back to it at any point that I want when they've updated it to a certain state,
Yeah.
or once the next generation comes in. Not interested now. I'm really not.
Yeah.
If CD Projekt Red actually requests their copy of the game back, I'm willingly going to send it back. But if they don't, I might just frisbee it down the garden because that's all it's worth at the moment. I paid nothing for it at this point. It is worth nothing.
Right.
So, hey ho. Anyway, we'll move away from this story because we could talk for ages about it. How you were
Yeah.
right that they should
Yeah.
have delayed. But anyway, so in some very unusual news, I will note on this one.
Mhm.
Uh, a very well-known and established property is being adapted into an animated series,
Mhm.
which is Final Fantasy IX.
Right.
There's a caveat to it though. It's been rumored that the age demographic for this show is 8 to 13 years old.
But that makes sense for 9.
No, that is a mature game.
9? It's all
I've heard it.
cartoony.
I thought it was the art style, but the story is not.
Yeah, but they'll tweak
They'll
it.
do something with it, I'm sure, but it's so weird.
Yeah,
I
it is weird that they picked 9, which I can only assume is purely for the art style.
Yeah, I think so, and it is one of the more popular Final Fantasy games as well. Like outside of 7 and 6, like of that era of games, I think it is one of the more popular ones.
Yeah, as Brent says, the petrified forest scene scared me as a kid. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, there's some really mature things like themes in that game in terms of the story that that's why I was sort of like, why is this being adapted into a kids animation? Bit strange.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things coming down the works that are going to be that style. Put it that way.
Mm. I agree, but you look at Castlevania on Netflix, like
Ooh.
Castlevania is notoriously mature,
Yes, it's very
like
mature.
in terms of the game, and the animation is very mature.
Very.
They haven't taken anything away from what made Castlevania, and it's excellent. I'll sing its praises where it's due. It's an excellent series.
It is pretty good.
So they could have done a very similar thing because we all know full well who's actually going to watch this, and it's not 8 to
No.
13-year-olds who
No.
have no clue what Final Fantasy IX even is.
No.
It's going to
So.
be the 30-something-year-olds who all know the game. Game
Oh.
released in like 99 or 2000, so how many people like of 8 to 13 are going to actually go back and play that?
Oh, Sincho in chat says, speaking of Final Fantasy, did you check out the Squall is Dead thing? I did. It blew my mind. We won't talk about too much here, but yeah, go check that out.
That might be a topic that we cover in future because I think it's
fun.
so interesting. We probably should.
Yeah, that's fun. I like it.
So,
Okay.
you got any more thoughts on Final Fantasy IX?
Just I love animation. I hope it's good, but nothing's really been grabbing me lately, so
Well, you're very hard to please anyway.
I am.
You, Unless Kevin does a watch along of it, then you're not watching this.
Now that's not entirely true because Kevin did a watch along with that Amazon show. I don't remember what it's called, The Extraction or something. I don't know. But
Okay.
I couldn't sit through that. It was terrible. Not even
Yeah, it
Kevin
probably
could
was.
save it. Yeah. It was
Okay, so
terrible.
you do have a line then. You
Yes.
don't just blindly indulge in all his content.
Exactly. No, there's several things I haven't watched.
Okay, all right. I thought
Most of
you were a
them,
fangirl.
most of them when he's streaming with his girlfriend because I feel incredibly guilty, so I don't watch.
Look, I'll talk to you about that afterwards because I do not want to mention it on stream about a particular
Oh
person.
gosh. It's so funny though. That's so funny. Because it's just so like, why is that even a thing, Kylie? I don't know. My brain won't let me do it.
No, I understand it. I can get it, but yeah,
Silly.
we'll move away.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move on to this final quick news story,
Yes.
which I don't know if you've seen the document has been slightly updated.
Mm-hmm. It is weird, but yes.
Because the infamous and mysterious 11-year developed game that is apparently only 30% complete after all this time, Tekken Cross Street Fighter,
Mm-hmm.
was supposedly cancelled.
Right.
However, there was an update a couple of days after the fact from Harada, the series creator of Tekken, who says he was misquoted or due to a translation error.
Yeah.
It says that the game has not been cancelled, but is still pending.
Right.
His words exactly.
Yeah.
What does still pending mean after 11 years?
I don't know. Okay. I wonder. You tell me. I don't know. Copyright law is different everywhere in all countries. But do you think they're just keeping that going so that they can keep the rights to the property?
They can't anyway. Street Fighter, the rights holder is Capcom. So unless they're re-upping the contract with Capcom themselves to keep this game in development, then
that's what I'm
I
wondering.
don't know.
That's what I'm wondering. It's the only thing that makes sense because 11 years that's quite a bit.
It is massive. It's a long development cycle that has had barely any updates outside of a couple of models being shown for Ryu and Jin. That's it. But I wanted to read this from the Eurogamer article. It says, rather than being cancelled outright, Tekken Cross Street Fighter is in a air quote pending state, similar to pause. Harada said in a tweet. So the intended meaning is up to 30% of development was in progress, but is now it is still pending. This is still the status of the project.
Yeah.
He goes on to continue. It says, we are still hopeful that Tekken Cross Street Fighter will resume development when the opportunity arises. However, such a title cannot be moved just for the convenience of one company in terms of marketing and branding, and it also affects each other's development resources. For now, we are just waiting for the right opportunity. So basically, we learn nothing from that at all, and they're still being very coy about the development.
Yep.
But we do have some comments from Sencho on this one. It says, nobody cares about Tekken Cross Street Fighter. It will never come out. I cared, which is why I'm mentioning it. I don't play Tekken, but I like Street Fighter. So I like the idea of a 3D Street Fighter, like Tekken Cross Street Fighter game.
That's so weird though, because that's two different styles.
Yeah, they did it with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. It seemed to work.
That's true.
Not that people liked the game. I did. I actually really do. I think it's still great.
Yeah.
But he does go on to say, which is sad, because Akuma is amazing in Tekken 7. And he wasn't always in Tekken 7. It was Fated Retribution, the update that he came into. because he wasn't in the original arcade version. Sorry. But yes, he does play amazingly in that game, but he managed to wind up the entire Tekken community because he was broken at launch.
Oh, not cool.
He was incredibly overpowered.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, I saw a tournament clip of someone who was literally on the smallest fraction of life, managed to bring an entire health bar down for against their opponent using Akuma, because he has some crazy mechanics in that game that are so not like Tekken.
Oh, goodness.
He has an EX bar, which is obviously something they don't have in that.
Yeah.
So he's able to dash cancel a lot of his
Oh,
moves.
Oh, dear.
Included with the wall splatting mechanic they have in Tekken, as well as the transitional stages. Yeah, it didn't fare too well in terms of his damage output.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I could wax lyrical about Tekken for a while, but I'm not going to because it's boring.
No. We've got obvious fans in the chat, in lay chat.
Yes, we do, but yeah, I know that fighting games are not for everybody, so I don't want to bore everyone with
Games
talking
are for
mechanics.
everyone.
They are, but some people get really annoyed about talking about boring mechanics from fighting games, to be honest.
That's alright.
So let's move on,
Mm-hmm.
because we've done half an hour now and we've just got through the quick news.
I know, and these are big stories. Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
so in actual fact, we're going to move on to the bigger, more interesting. So Centro has obviously put, watching fighting games is for everybody. I feel
Yeah.
playing definitely not.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, watching. So I dislike playing Mortal Kombat, but I like watching it at Evo.
And I
It's
like
always
playing
interesting
it.
seeing what the pros do.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the bigger news stories. And you
Yeah.
brought this one to my attention because, let's be honest, it's Chris Avalone.
Yes, I've been following this, and to be fair, God, I'm not supposed to say that anymore. Someone reached out to me last month. Oh dear, Brent, I'm not gonna read that. I'm gonna pay attention to.
Oh, I'm not reading. He says, want me to talk about penetration mechanics in tank combat games instead? No, because it's just equally as bad.
So I think last month, some people reached out to me on Twitter, and I knew we should have followed up. I knew we should have, but I've just had so much going on that I didn't, and I do apologize for that. Not that they'll ever hear this, but because Chris Avalone is basically the idea guy definitely behind New Vegas, but Outer Worlds, all of those things. He's done some other things too. I think there was a Star Wars one he did. I can't remember right now because my brain is so foggy. And he got accused of.
I mean, he was.
He was accused of some pretty bad stuff, which.
Yeah, he was.
Kind of took me by surprise, but to be fair, but honestly, yeah, he was originally a writer for tabletop RPGs, which is why he's so good at things like New Vegas and Outer Worlds and all those things that are based on tabletop RPGs.
Yeah, additionally, he was working on Dying Light 2 and The Waylanders.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it's hard, like, you come to this kind of moral dilemma where you want to listen, and I do think everyone should be listened to if they have accusations against another person. I do believe that everyone should be listened to, but by the same token, I believe everyone should be investigated. These weren't investigated, and I remember... I remember telling Pete that I was bothered by this. There's a couple of them we actually have talked about. We were going to do a show about it, but again, just life gets in the way. Jeremy Souls is another one from who does the soundtracks for like Oblivion and Skyrim and all of those.
Mm-hmm.
They're accused, but without evidence. So, like I said, I think last month I had some people reach out to me via Twitter who write blogs and stuff, and they're like, "We've uncovered this. We've uncovered this. Come check out what we have." And I think I even tagged you, Pete, in a couple of things, and it really was on my radar. Yeah, but I mean, E3, all this stuff, just bam, bam, bam. But I was kind of glad too, because it meant that, okay, good, the guy that created like almost all this stuff that I love isn't complete jerkwad.
Yeah.
But
can I stop you there? Can I stop you there? Because I think we should actually start reading some of the story, because
that's what I was about to go into.
Might not actually make any bloody sense without talking about.
That's what I was given the background for.
Oh, I know, but we probably should have covered the story first, then gone into the spiel. But hey, we don't do things normally.
Yes, although that doesn't make sense to me. But yes, go for it.
This comes from Forbes. Not usually a site that we use, but
yes,
hey, it's a site.
Yeah.
It's got the story. So the headline is: Video game writer Chris Avalone breaks silence, files libel suit against accusers.
Yeah.
So it says game writer Chris Avalone has broken his silence a year after sexual misconduct allegations were leveled against him on Twitter. That's the key thing there. Yes. On Twitter. The allegations are never proven, proved, or even investigated in any serious way. Nevertheless, effectively derailed his decades-long career in the video games industry. Now, Avalone is not only breaking his silence, but has filed a libel suit against 2 of his accusers. Yeah. What I'm going to say is, okay, fair enough. I
think that's the best course of action if you haven't done anything, and if there's nothing being investigated, and if your career is being affected, I think that you're more than allowed to file libel against.
Oh, 100%, because they've gone after your livelihood, your career, your passion. Might have even completely ruined his marriage or a relationship with kids if he has them. It's like because of potentially someone wanting clout on the internet. And let's be honest, we see this a lot nowadays. It's like, okay, I'm not saying that this is like everybody and all of that, but I do have a problem with this whole believe everyone without evidence. Like, I'm going to leverage this claim online with little to no evidence. And there is a certain demographic of people on Twitter who will go, yep, believe that person because this, and this. It's like, well, where's the evidence?
Yeah.
My stance on most things like this is I work in the same way as a court of law. Show me actual physical proof, or else I might stand in a different position.
Well, I stand by the everyone should be listened to.
Yeah, I'm not saying they shouldn't be listened to. I'm just
not necessarily.
It's whole believe all people who make accusations. That's what I meant. It's like, no, I don't believe all people. I'm willing to listen to it out, but until someone shows me hard facts, hard evidence, that's all it's ever going to remain is a claim, not an actual disputed fact.
Mm-hmm. And
so Sencho brings this up actually. Proven until guilty versus guilty until proven innocent. That seems to be the way at the moment. Actually, is there are, and this is what kind of annoys me about this sort of thing as well. Is there are people out there, and I heard this on the Cinema Sins podcast, who don't believe cancel culture even exists, but this proves that cancel culture exists. Oh, hey, Dr. Virtual. Yeah, this for me is a big worry because there are actually people out there who believe that cancel culture doesn't exist, and their point is that cancel culture doesn't exist because there are consequences to your actions. But what it looks like to me is that Chris Avalone has been cancelled, not been able to get a job elsewhere, and been taken away from certain companies and livelihood because of a couple of could potentially be proven in a court of law baseless accusations.
Right.
I worry about where life will go if that continues to happen. Because, say, for example, me and you say something that's off kiltered and people don't like it, are we going to get cancelled? Are we going to get taken off the internet for that reason?
Nobody tells me what to say and what not to say. They can bite me.
Chat. I'm my own person and I do my own thing.
Chat's popping off, by the way.
Oh, it is, yeah. So, right, let's have a look and see what they're saying about that. It says, Brent has put, one of the reasons I stopped going to the biggest board game convention in the US is because of their handling of a similar incident. Interesting. I would be interested in hearing more about that, but obviously off stream because I don't want to talk about that on stream. Sencho has put, the most important thing to take is to take accusations seriously, but then ask for evidence. That's exactly how a court of law kind of would work.
But here's the thing. The only thing I'll say about this, and it's only because of my own personal experiences, like, what evidence? There's not always, like, what are you constituting as evidence?
Well, you would like to think that in a situation like this, there would be at least some sort of written communication.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. It gets kind of dicey.
Yeah, it does. But if he's apparently being a creepoid online, then surely there will be.
He wasn't accused of being.
I know it.
Online, he was accused of
sexual misconduct.
Yeah, at a convention.
Yeah, for me, sexual misconduct can mean literally anything.
It
could mean someone looked at someone funny.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Oh, I'm getting really nauseous. We might need to move on to a different subject.
Yeah, we will. Don't worry. I know. Look, you brought this to us. You brought this to me, and you.
Yeah, I was just glad that he's taken the step. And the most important thing to take.
Of course.
Is to take accusations. Oh wait, you already read that. Oh,
I did that. So Kieran has put, I agree with you to an extent though, Pete. Only issue there then is how do those of a valid accusation then get evidence? Okay, yeah, I do agree. Cancel culture is very dangerous, he puts.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. But
that's basically exactly kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know it is, but then
yeah, see, that's the thing, Cynthia. That's the thing. When it comes to sexual harassment, it's very difficult. Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't really want to talk about it. This is weird.
I know it can be very difficult to prove. I do admit that, and this is where. But I think for me this brings up the interesting debate of believe all people or
I'm sticking with the listen to everyone.
Yeah. I'm not going to waver from that fact. 100%. I agree.
Listen.
I agree with you.
Investigate.
But, it's just for me that I literally take the stance of a lawyer because I once studied that way, is that anything can be baseless until some sort of proof is there.
I think we're saying the same thing. I'm just using a more active word of investigate, and then you're using the more the product, which is evidence. So I think we're actually saying the same thing.
I agree. Yeah.
Just coming at it at different angles.
Yeah. For me, there would if this has happened in person, at conventions, I think they're stating, there'd be hundreds of other people who may have seen what has gone on. Now they need to be spoken to.
They do. Now they do. 100,000, 10
Now that's
million
the investigation stage, and therefore the investigation stage may bring up communication that's happened away from the internet via private messaging.
Right.
You never know.
And then see, I would be
yeah.
I start throwing hands.
I knew that one was coming. Knew that one was coming.
Oh, nobody be touching me. Oh. Like at the fighting game tournament, a prominent player grabs someone's butt. Oh, just elbow to the eye. It was caught on camera, fortunately, so they could use that against him. Oh my gosh, that just sent me in like Angerland.
Yeah, I know, but
Don't
that's where
touch
another
people
thing.
without their permission.
Yeah, it is gross. It is disgusting. I would never condone anyone from ever doing that whatsoever. It's horrible. In that situation, surely proof would become a thing. It's called CCTV evidence.
Yeah, but it doesn't always get caught on camera. That's the thing. Creeps are
Not
creeps.
not al- not always, no, but with these large scale events, not only do the people running the event have cameras available set up for crowd shots and all that sort of thing, the building itself that they are hosting the space in will probably have their own CCTV cameras that will get a better coverage elsewhere.
Yeah.
So it's possible to use those.
Oh, definitely. Again,
So,
never, like, when I say investigate, I mean go to the every links of the earth type thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think we were sort of coming at it from different angles, but
Yeah.
we're pretty much there or thereabouts on the
Yeah.
story itself. So, to be honest, I'm kind of glad that if these are untrue,
Which
which
they'll be
I don't know
proven.
whether they're true or untrue, they
Don't.
will be proven because
Yeah.
obviously he's decided to take this further to a court of law.
That means that,
Um,
perception is
if he
also a big part of it.
yeah, if he's proven innocent, fair enough. If he's proven guilty, fair enough.
Well, see, that's the
You
thing.
know,
He's actually risking quite a bit because if they're found not to have libeled, then they can pursue more.
defamation.
Yeah. So he's risking a lot. And I know I'm kind of
I mean,
optimistic, pie-eyed, like type thing.
no, it's true though. It's true. If there is a claim, he is putting a lot on the line to actually bring this forward.
Yeah.
His reputation is already kind of in tatters, so it could be flushed further down the toilet.
Right. There's a lot of risk going
Proven
on.
to actually be a creepoid.
But I've said this before, and I do want to say this before we move on. The thing is, oh wait, Toby says the thing with anything going on, the sexual harassment claims. There's also the case being that some people don't have the luxury of having actual evidence. Yes, exactly. Depending on the actions of the accused and where the incident happened. That's kind of what I'm saying, which I think is Pete's saying evidence. I'm saying investigate. I think those are meeting.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah. Whereas, yeah, because I'm like, investigate and then find the bigger pieces.
Yeah, I'm not saying never to not investigate, just to let it be known. I think they should absolutely 100% be investigated regardless of what the claim is.
Mm-hmm.
Everything should, like, no matter what the claim, no matter what it is, everything should be investigated, not just believed.
Right.
Because it has been proven to be the case that sometimes when things are investigated, people can lie, because it is human nature to lie about things too.
Yeah.
Saying that everyone is a lying scumbag, but Chris Avalone could be a lying scumbag in this situation.
Yeah.
You never know.
Exactly. I mean,
we weren't there to actually know what was going on, unfortunately. So.
And Centro, yes, 100,000 gazillion bazillion %. Sexual harassment is just such an easy thing to get away with. It's a effed up world we live in. And see, Emily's in the chat. Emily knows what I've gone through.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know. Let's move away from this before we start, before you start having a breakdown. No, I was joking. Yes. I was joking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Brilliant. I'm glad that they can't actually see that.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to some really, really great story here on this one.
Yeah.
Going from sexual harassment to
these are all
terrible. To really bad working conditions.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the state of the world that we live in right now.
And we had such a good Friday. Guys, hang out on Fridays. We had such a good Friday. We were like all the positive vibes and people just cheering for each other.
Welcome to Sunday's Debbie Downer.
No, don't say that.
No, I'm
barely
joking.
hanging on
it's not
here.
that bad, really. No. Okay, I will read the headline that comes from the Telegraph on this one.
Yeah.
I believe this is an
It needs
exclusive.
to be talked about. It is important. It is important.
So this is in respect to the current chip shortage that we
Yeah.
are going through at the moment with the Series X, Series S, and PS5 consoles, and to a certain degree potentially the long rumored Switch Pro. We all know what's going on there. So the headline is Taiwan chip makers keep workers imprisoned in factories to keep up with global pandemic demand. Exclusive Telegraph investigation finds workers banned from brushing teeth and told they will be left to die alone if they get COVID.
Just
Lovely.
absolutely terrible and horrifying. And
Yeah. So can I
yeah,
go into some of this? Because
absolutely.
this is quite disgusting from what I read about this. This is horrible. This
Yeah.
really is. So foreign workers in Taiwan are being, in quotes, imprisoned in dormitories, banned from brushing their teeth, and told they will be cremated without their families if they die from COVID-19 as factories struggle to maintain production of key microchips, it's claimed. In efforts to keep up with the global surge in demand for consumer electronics during the pandemic, technology firms are alleged to be using fear to keep workers isolated, with some telling employees they will face financial penalties if they get infected with the coronavirus. Absolutely disgusting set of behavior.
It's absolutely reprehensible. Um,
Shocking.
can you mention if a watchdog group has been called in?
Let me have a look. So, according
It
what
is.
well, according to the investigation, it says labor rights squeezed into Taiwan's lucrative semiconductor industry, including companies such as Siliconware Precision Industries. So yeah, calling out one of the big names there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm not sure if Watchdog has come in, but you can guarantee that there'll be someone that will come in as a result of this now.
Yeah. Uh,
Uh,
Karen says, "Did I miss off?"
Unfortunately, Kieran,
Yes.
unfortunately, well,
The first half hour.
yeah, there was no good stories here. They're all pretty negative, to be honest, apart from
No,
the
those were
Final
just
Fantasy 9 one.
generic. Yeah, those were just generic talkies. But
Oh dear.
but it's hard truths. We do need to face them. We have to face this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
We had all the nice fluffy stuff with all the E3 stuff
I
going on
know,
over
and
the
it's
last
just
2 weeks.
like
Now
reality's
it's hitting.
punching you in the face. It's like, oh, come
Yeah,
on.
this is the old gut punch that we all didn't really want, to be
I
honest.
I will be following this. Uh, it was positive. Friday was positive, and we will end on a positive note. I will make sure of that. If I
No,
have to
don't
do
worry about it.
something really dumb to make everybody laugh, I will. But what was my point?
We put our spin on it. We'll make sure that there is at least something.
Um, but this is serious to me. Uh,
Hmm.
and I don't know. It's like when we found out that Apple was running, basically slave operations and sweatshops and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And then it's like, no, nothing happened. And then we still bought Apple phones. So
Yeah,
now, like
it's
all of our
exactly the same.
chips it's just, I don't know. I'm going to get in on this. I want to see if there's any charities working towards this. I mean,
I mean,
it's
you'd
tough.
like to
It's
think there'll
tough.
be at least there'll be some human rights companies out there that will be fighting tooth and nail to get them some sort of rights here. Which I'll be honest here, it is quite obvious that Taiwan, is one of those states where they just don't seem to care about human rights.
No, they don't. Human or
Which is
cattle.
it's absolutely disgusting, really. The people working there are very much human. They
Try
are
not to go
people just
political.
doing a job,
The world
you
is
know.
built on the back of the workers. But
Yeah, but they are completely screwed over by the people higher up because they're trying to cut
look,
costs or make
I will
more
say
money,
this.
and it's come on.
I'll tell you the best thing you can read to understand any of this, because I'm fighting my inner political side. Go
I
read
know.
Yertle the Turtle, and you think I'm laughing or I'm joking? No, go read Yertle the Turtle, and you will understand everything. Your eyes will be opened. Your world will change. But
I think most people understand that there are a very select few people at the very top of most businesses, you know, who pretty much run the vast majority of industries, and
yeah.
it is all for the sake of earning more money and more profit. And
Yeah.
at what point is it that you have to turn around and go, I have enough money, maybe I should care
See,
about the people who work underneath me?
that's the thing. That's the thing. I own a business. I own a lucrative business.
Hmm.
It's given me things I never had as a kid, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I will be hiring employees in the next year or two. I really should hire one now, as Pete knows, but I'm wary of that. But I will be hiring someone. My goal for the rest of my life as my business grows is that my employees don't just make a livable wage. Because what the F is that? They make a
Yeah.
wage that says, I can go on holiday for 2 weeks out of the year or whatever. I don't know what you guys do. I never take holidays, so is it 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2, 4 weeks. Whatever.
We get 4 weeks of what they call annual leave.
Yeah, and I can afford to take care of my family. I can afford to take care of my kids. I can give my kids, the stuff that they need to get through life and all this kind of stuff. I feel this compunction, this compelling thing inside of me. I do not understand how people who make 5 times what I make don't have just the littlest, tiniest bit of decency to do that for the people that work for those people build their dreams. For me, I feel this great sense of honor or something that should reciprocate, like I'm thankful that someone would come in and work with me and help me build my dream, my empire,
Yeah. But this is bearing in mind that we basically cover an industry that basically keeps giving money to Bobby Kotick for firing people, which is absolutely heinous.
That is one. I will read this by Brent right quick. President Biden did sign an order to investigate and act on the semiconductor shortage. Maybe that will help. I hope so, but there's so much money tied up into global governments. But because I'm trying to avoid being political, what was I saying? Bobby Kotick, yeah, and then also the fact that we in the quote first world countries, we are paying dirt cheap prices, and if they raised the prices, they could get better workers, they could get better environments, blah blah blah, but nobody wants to pay those prices. This is why I hate the market. I'm sorry. I do. It's not as easy as supply and demand. There's a manipulation that goes on, and I've got to stop talking about this.
Yeah, well,
if I have a company, I'll have a backup jar, and all the money goes to my employees. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's called a profit share scheme.
Oh, I love profit sharing. I do love that.
Yeah, so do I. Let's be honest here. Not everyone is a complete scumbag who runs is a higher up of their companies. Well, look at Satoru Iwata, who took a 50% pay cut because the Wii U and the 3DS were not doing well at the time. So, look, not everyone is a scum.
No, they're not.
There are some pretty honourable business owners, but the big difference about Satoru Iwata, he went from the very bottom to the very top. He learned what it was to hard graft.
Yeah, and maybe that's where I'm coming from. Because
yeah, absolutely.
I've experienced all that. Well, American poverty. Is a different type of poverty. If you've never seen American poverty, you do not understand. It is third world. But now I'm way on the other side. And so it's like I've pulled myself through that, and I don't want anybody else to have to suffer through that. It's not fair.
Yeah, I agree. So, right, before you explode and want to start ranting about politics, let's talk about more politics.
Hang in there. We're going to make this better. I promise. I promise. But these are stories that do need to be told, and we do need to be aware of them. Maybe not all 3 at once.
Yeah, but this is the problem, right? I had some stories on here that were like, okay, we could cover these in a bit more depth, and then you kept throwing more stories at me.
I know.
God damn it.
it just hit me, Pete. So, okay, the whole autism thing. I don't know what I'm feeling at any given moment. I just feel, and I'm like, what? Ugh, what is this? Whatever. So all week I've just felt off and just wrong and everything.
Probably because of all these stories.
I do think that's exactly what it is, because I kept going, I need to stop reading the news. But then I was sending you these stories. I think that's exactly what it is. I need to purge myself. I need to watch some video. I need my unicorn chasers, my videos of puppies.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's get it out of our. Let's talk about these.
Yeah,
get it out
they do
of our
need to
system
be
and
talked
never bring
about.
them up again.
Yes.
Well, until there's updates.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read the headline from The Gamer.
Yes.
Not my favourite outlet of all
I know.
time, but
I know.
This is also quite an important story. The Sniper Ghost Warrior press event made me pretend to kill Arabs, and I hated it.
Yeah.
A recent press events for Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2 highlighted just how casual American culture is about violence towards Arab people.
Yep.
And I'm reading that actually as it's written, not the Yeah.
I want to read what Cincho said, because it's going to also tie into this.
Please do.
I cannot follow the news constantly because it is deeply depressive and just messes with my heart. Exactly.
Well, let's be honest. The press it sells more copies when fear and outrage are involved.
Yeah, and so I do want to throw in a little shout out for our Fridays. Come by Friday for your your weekly dose of positivity.
We don't generally talk news and politics.
No, we talk silly stuff. Yeah, we just talk silly, mundane, everyday stuff. And I make lots of pervy jokes because that's what I do.
Yeah. Can you do me a favor on this one?
Mm-hmm.
Can you get up the image that you sent over to do with this? The comment that came from the devs.
Yeah, but you read what's intro.
Yes, I will. So, and I mean messing with my heart, not just in feelings, but actual conditions. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's definitely don't do that.
Please don't, because you're a very valued listener and watcher of the show, and we don't want to have to find out that you perished due to a bad news story.
Yeah,
I was trying to put that as nicely as possible. All right.
I'm going to save this. We're going to salvage this episode somehow.
So. I'm trying to think of a name for this episode because I think we're gonna have to go.
Listen to this one.
We are gonna salvage this.
Whatever you do, don't listen.
That one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Go Cincho.
I won't let the world get the best of me. Good man. Go person. Good person. So, right. Let's read this article from The Gamer. So I'm gonna read some of this. I'm not gonna read it all.
Don't read all.
A lot of this is a very long. I'm gonna put all the links.
I was gonna say everyone can go read it themselves. It's important. It's important to me that this is happening in 2021, and this is in any country, not just because it's in America. I mean, any country in 2021.
Yeah. So the author of this particular article, I won't mention by name because obviously you can go and find them.
Yeah.
There's nothing media types like myself enjoy more than an in-person event. I 100% agree. They're great. They are always a great opportunity to learn more about upcoming games, chat with developers face-to-face, and catch up with other games journalists and content creators. A lot of gaming sites, The Gamer included, are decentralized. So the only opportunity I have to meet up with my co-workers and other game writers is at conventions, press events, and in-person play sessions. I can't understate just how important these outings are for us and how much we look forward to them all year.
See, this is crazy to me because I'm in Ireland and it's locked down for COVID.
Yes. So, of course, So he goes on to state, of course, the pandemic changed everything. The last event I made it to before the lockdown was PAX East in March 2020. Ooh, yeah. The same week, the ESA announced that E3 2020 was cancelled. Yeah, we won't cover those. So, yeah, it's not important. So, earlier this month, I was invited to an event celebrating the launch of Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. At this point, I would have taken an offer to tour a saltwater taffy factory in New Jersey as part of a promotion for the next Candy Crush Saga update. That's a free one, Activision. Oh, God. I have problems with that because...
Just go.
Moving on.
Oh my gosh.
No, I have problems with that because it feels like it's access, like it's paid for access, and I don't agree with that.
Yes.
If you get invited to do something, be impartial. Don't be a paid shill. I signed up immediately and drove down to sunny San Diego 2 weeks later for a day of Sniper Ghost Warrior related fun. I had no idea what to expect when I got there, partially because every press event is different, but mostly because the PR company running the event had been intentionally vague in the weeks lead up to it.
They knew
I'd get funny emails that said things like, "Hope you have a blast, winky face," or "Make sure you wear pants with belt loops," which is an oddly specific request. Not really. I don't agree with that. That's not oddly specific. That's just telling you how to prepare.
Right.
So I figured I'd get to play the game and chat with the devs, but after that, who knows? Was I going to fire an actual sniper rifle? My mind was racing. Now, that would have been cool. I actually would have liked that.
Yeah, the setup is cool.
Yeah, I agree. Like, there's some interesting setup to do with it, but...
Execution, and I mean that on all levels of that word,
yeah,
is not so great.
Yeah, I'm not going to read the next article because, my God, it is boring. Oh, next part of the article because it's boring. It's talking about how they made their way down there.
Just get to the main idea.
So, Strategic Operations Inc., formerly the Stu Siegel San Diego studio, was a full-service film and TV studio built for the 90s show called Silk Stalkings. Wow, okay. Don't really care about the rest of that. So that's just talking more about what they were offering on this potential film set. So the Strategic Operations Facility looks a lot like the set you might see in American Sniper, Lone Survivor, or any other military propaganda film. What?
Yep.
I didn't regard those as military propaganda films, to be honest, but...
Well, I would say pro-military. Maybe not military propaganda, but pro-military.
You tell me how American Sniper is pro-military when Chris Kyle has a mental breakdown and goes on a killing spree. Yeah. Don't think that's military, like, positive for the military, but we'll move on. The streets are paved with dirt, the broken down, abandoned vehicles are covered in grime, and the short, featureless huts look like they're made out of mud. It's the Middle East, and we're often shown it via Western media. A gross, twisted doppelganger that doesn't actually represent life in that part of the world at all. A series of nondescript yellow circles hanging in one window, there is actually a picture of it as well, demonstrating that art does not exist in this society. A pile of rotten meat sits on a nearby table next to a decaying pig head, because the people here eat filth, apparently. I think I've painted a pretty clear enough picture.
Pork, which they don't.
Yeah, well, yeah, bearing in mind that, yeah, the Muslim faith does not eat pork at all. So that is a bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. This is all...
No, the whole thing is terrible.
Strange.
But the bottom line is, and then Pete, you fill in anything I miss.
Mm-hmm.
He went there as, for this PR thing for this video game. The video game does not even feature Arabic people, which, if you want, I posted the thing to you, the statement.
Oh, I know you did.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe you might want to read it.
Okay.
Because I've read the majority of the article.
Yeah. And so it was paintball. And it was paintball against people dressed in very stereotypical Arabic fashion. Yeah,
so it says here, as we run drills, no one refers to the people we're learning to kill as Muslim, Middle Eastern, or Arab. Anytime the instructors refer to them, they say enemies, bad guys, or the other guys. Of course, it's impossible to ignore the fact that the bad guys are most certainly Arabs here.
Yeah. So the company that made Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2, which is a crazy title. It's
Horrible
Polish.
name.
Yeah, they're Polish. So this came as a shock to them. So they released a statement. We were deeply disturbed to read the report from the Gamer website with regards to the live event held to support the launch of Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. CI Games abhors racism of any kind, and as a Polish studio based in Warsaw, which is very significant if you know anything about World War II, we have absolutely no affiliation with any U.S. political party or movement. Sniper Ghost Warrior.
Because I have to mention that there was something in the article that states there was a Trump 2024 flag at the event.
Yeah.
There's a picture of it too.
Yes. Anyway, Sniper Ghost Warrior follows a purely fictional narrative based in a purely fictional setting, and we try very hard to ensure we're avoiding stereotypes or representing cultures in any negative way. Respect and tolerance are keystones of our company's culture, and we were distressed to discover that an event meant to be fun and engaging for participants had instead caused offense for some attendees. The launch event took place on an authentic military training base in San Diego and aimed to replicate how real U.S. Navy SEALs train, featuring standard military procedures and techniques. The intention was to give press and journalists a real-life taste of what it would be like to be Raven, the game's protagonist, in a setting similar to that of Kuamar, the fictional region where the game is set. We had asked the events company to change the outfits of the enemies in order to match those that are represented in the game, which are specifically designed to avoid any direct or indirect cultural representations. We were informed that in order to preserve the authenticity of their training event, this request was denied. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, our team was unable to travel to the event from Europe, so we weren't able to engage directly in the running of the event. As a result, certain decisions were overlooked, and the event was conducted in a way that is not in line with our thinking or beliefs. We would like to apologize directly to Eric Schweitzer from The Gamer and to any other participants who found the event offensive. Although the COVID restrictions made arranging this event unusually difficult, we take full responsibility, and we will work hard to ensure that in future any events associated with the Sniper Ghost Warrior franchise live up to the standards of respect and tolerance that we set ourselves, the CI Games team.
So what do you make of that statement?
Sounds a little bit like a cop-out to me. There's a lot of blame going on in there.
It does sound like there's a lot of blame for the PR company, but
I would have just said
the only part that I can probably agree with them on is the fact that they weren't able to attend the event themselves in person to quality assure some of this.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest here, a PR firm should be listening to the direct instruction from the company who are actually the product they're advertising for them.
100%. Now, Sincho brings up a thought that I've had many times, especially in my fictional writing. To be fair, what do you do about that? You make every war game fictional. It was always, the Nazis are easy. Nazis, zombies, and aliens. But that's not realistic. Well, man, it's kind of more realistic now than before. But anyway, if you're gonna write something, and this goes for gaming, this goes for tabletop RPGs, this goes for anything that is story based.
All the mediums, basically, anywhere.
War has built everything we know today. War consists of at least two sides. Two sides willing to fight each other. So one is the other to the other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, Sincho makes a good point. I don't see Germans complain about Nazis in games being the enemies left and right. I think Nazis are the default. When people can't find an enemy, they go for Nazis.
Also, like for the longest time, we would also get the Soviets in that as well.
Soviets for the longest time. You're right. Soviet, North Korea, and China. So, I think we're at a completely new part in our popular fiction narratives. We're either going to have to accept that war is a terrible thing, and people that fight wars are all human and all have families and all have, this and all blah, blah, blah. Or we're going to have to find a different, quote, other. I think we're in a new place. because I don't think, let's say China, you can't make just Chinese people be your enemy, because although they may not share your beliefs and everything, they're still just people.
Yeah.
You know. Am I making sense? Is that coming across
No,
right?
I do kind of get it. It is a very it's a very fine line, really, to where how you put this. You know, do you go with the very traditional sort of enemy archetype of, you know, like you said, the Nazis, the Soviets, the North Koreans,
Yeah.
or do you create a completely fictional race, or
Yeah. And then
you know,
that
of
fictional race
people, or
can't have
you know,
any identifying factors of it. So,
that's why Halo works so well.
well, that was my next thing. Is that's why aliens are, it's Nazis and then aliens and then zombies. That's your, you know, I say zombies. I guess you could say any creature film. Brent says not all goblins are bad, but all drow are. not all of them.
Yeah. So, Sencho put. Then we have the EA way, where they put black Nazi characters in their games, which is also a touchy hot mess.
Yep.
True.
Yep. It sucks because I have never, my genre that I love is FPS shooters. Maybe that's why I like 2142, even though it's Russians, it's like future Russians. But
do you mean 2142?
Yeah, I haven't played 2042. No. But I love FPSs. I don't know why. It's not like I like killing people. I wouldn't kill anyone in real life. I don't even go hunting.
You just like guns.
And I didn't know if I would like guns in real life. I think I would. But
no, you're a Texan. It's ingrained in your DNA to
no,
like
but
guns,
I am thinking about like target shooting and clay shooting. I think I could get into that because it's the same
target
thing.
and clay shooting, definitely.
But I love FPSs, and I don't know. There should be bad guys, but who should the bad guys be?
Yeah, this is the hard point of being able
that's
to create
why
game stories and stuff like that.
Haze would have made an amazing franchise if they hadn't screwed it up.
Yes, because you're actually the enemy.
Yep. But,
yeah, I'm fully aware of that. I was taking the mick. It's just it's kind of an in joke with me and Kylie that I take the mickey out of her root and tooting background.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't even think I've ever even shot a gun. I think shotgun. I've shot a shotgun, but not.
Okay.
Or.
Fair. I was going to say I've shot more guns than you then.
Right.
And I'm English.
Kieran says, pretty sure the narrative of Battlefield 2042 is that Russia and China team up to take on whoever. But do you think that with multiplayer putting you on both sides, does that alleviate much of the one-sided narrative prevalent in war games? Well, see, that's the thing. Like when you would play, let's say 2142, or even 1942, the other one, the one that's set in the past. That's what you do. You get sent to each. My Texas side's about to come out, isn't it, Pete? But you switch sides. So sometimes you're the Russians, sometimes you're the allies, I think is what.
Yeah, I think that's actually a very good way to go with the narrative, to actually see both sides of the conflict.
Yeah, I actually think, Kieran, that's actually, ooh, I just had a million thoughts. That actually could be a really good thing to build from. Yes. I'm putting that in here for later.
Yeah. Okay. I would guess that Insomniac Mum is Emily, because she says, come hog hunting with me. They make super ground meat.
Yeah, but oh gosh. No, not going to be Texan right now.
Sencho has put, also, if you make your game fictional with fantasy nations, and then these nations look like anything from the real world, that's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, it's true.
He also puts, then it's going to be, this game tries to cover up the fact that you shoot Arabic people by making it a fantasy nation.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't. It's one of those situations. It's kind of no win either way, whatever way you look at it.
I keep going back to what Kieran said, which is, wouldn't it be cool to have a game? I mean, yes, of course, 2142, and I'm assuming 2042 do it as well. But wouldn't it be cool to have a game where, okay, you know how in Resident Evil, you do like Leon's story, and then you do what's her face's story? Claire, thank you. If you did the same thing, but from two different sides of the war or conflict.
Yeah, I agree. I think
I'd
you should
play the heck out of that.
Yeah, but the thing is that let's be honest, the Western developers of war games only see, positives from a Western angle. I mean, how many times are you really going to turn around and watch Activision, being nice about the enemy, let's say?
Mm-hmm.
They won't ever do it. They're too afraid to do it, I think. And yes, Brent, that is some trolly comments. I love it. Just combine them all like a two-headed zombie alien velociraptor. Yeah, I would hunt the hell out of that.
Yep. And Emily is correct. Wild hogs are a problem in East Texas. They tear up land, and you do have to cull the herds. And yes, you do get lots of pork from them. It's a different taste. Wild hogs taste very different than farm.
I'll be honest here. I'll be honest. This comment makes me laugh. It's like saying you can feed people barbecue, pulled pork, pork chops, bacon, ribs, kind of. It's the comment at the end. Ribs.
I love pork ribs. I love them so much. See, Emily. Okay, 2 seconds. Emily, you know how they have like country style ribs? Like HEB who had like the perfect cut country style pork ribs. They don't have those here. What am I gonna do?
I'm massively disappointed by that because I really want those kinds of ribs.
Oh, they're just so meaty.
I know.
Oh,
I have had some good meaty ribs before, but like they're so few and far between over here. It's disappointing.
Yes. But anyway, so I do hope. I don't know. I hope going forward, people embrace this idea of not everyone on planet Earth is your enemy.
Also, I hope they never do press events like this that are clearly stereotypical and ridiculous.
Yes, that was so dumb. In 2021, someone did that.
You know full well that this is seriously some person who's still like, oh yeah, we should be out of the Iraq War, and like we should still be over there or something like that, and this dislike for Arabic people because of 9/11 and all that sort of thing. It's like, come on, we're all human. We're all different.
Okay, Emily's determined. Emily also is a very positive person. She's hippie chick. So Emily's determined to turn this around, and I'm going to stand behind her. Yes, HEB. Oh, preseason fajita chicken. HEB is a grocery store chain.
Yes, Dr. Virtual, this is all making me very hungry too.
HEB is a grocery store chain in, I'd say southern Texas. I don't know that it's across the whole of Texas, but it stands for Howard E. Butts. That's his name. It's Butts.
Howard
it's Mr. Butts. I'm 12 again.
So can we get him in a room with Matt Booty, and then we could have 2 sets of butts in a room?
Karen, Pete's presidential campaign slogan: "We're all human."
It works.
We all taste the same on a barbecue pit. I mean,
Some people taste just that little bit nicer because they got a bit more meat on the bone.
Yeah, for
that
real,
was a
Pete,
joke.
look it up. Yeah, no, of course. But yeah, his name is Howard E. Butts.
Oh, I know. I'm not denying that fact. I just really want to get him into a room with Matt Booty.
Dat booty on Matt Booty.
I wonder if he does have a good butt. With a name like Matt Booty, you would hope he does.
We have a secretary here called Ed Balls. I don't think
I know.
should apply.
And let's be honest, I think Ed Balls had some tiny scrote. Yeah, I've derailed this podcast
Oh my
immediately.
gosh.
Come on.
Okay, so he died in 1991.
Oh,
But did he have kids?
yeah, he's definitely, definitely got a
Butts
crop
Junior.
of butts.
Junior Butts.
Junior butts. Flip sakes.
I am literally 12. I cannot help it.
I've lost it now. I'm done. Oh god. My god.
Yes, they are all
come on.
butts.
Yes. Yeah, we need some questions to close this show out.
Okay. Yep. Ask us ridiculous and absurd things. While I brag on chat for Friday.
Or carry on talking about butts.
Ooh, the Piggly Wiggly. Yeah, they had such a
Oh
cute
yes,
logo.
the Piggly Wiggly.
But yes, chat. Throw us some craziness in the chat to give us some unicorn chasers to chase these blues away.
We need to detox after this absolute savage load of stories we've had to deal with this week.
But they were all needed. They were all needed to be put out in the open. What was I saying?
Yeah, because not every story has to be
Friday.
all sunshine and unicorns. Yeah, Friday. What about it?
Friday was very good. So for people who have not joined us on Fridays, we do a check-in. It's only about an hour, and I'm hoping to do a regular like multiplay type thing, but there's not a lot of people yet, which is fine.
It's not just that, with things starting to unlock a bit more now as well, people are potentially going to be busy on Friday nights as well. So fair enough, I guess, but we can get some people together because not everyone likes going to the pub.
It was very fun. It was a very positive experience. You come in, you don't have to say anything. You do not have to talk. You can absolutely lurk, but you can say whatever happened to you that week, whether it's good or bad, mundane, doesn't matter, over dramatic, doesn't matter. It's a place to just get some positive reinforcement, virtual hugs, high fives, cheers. You got this, So,
because sometimes we all need a bit of a boost because it's not been easy this last 16 months.
No, it has not, and that's for everyone. So yeah, join us on Fridays at 8.
Yeah, we have got a question from Brent who says, "Now that I have a Series X, which enhanced game should I play?" Well, this one's obvious. Yakuza Like a Dragon. No, I'm being serious. You should play that anyway. But I've just had a look. There's some really good games on the list that all have their enhancement patches. I'm sure Kylie would probably turn around and say, Doom Eternal, which is coming next week. Yeah, they've got the patch coming next week.
I really want to make a game called Doom Eternal, and it's about a mom that goes on rampage and shoots things.
Okay.
Because Doom Eternal.
I know. Yes, I got it the first time.
All right. Well, Kieran says too many to name.
We'll keep bashing that joke over the head until someone gets it.
Until someone laughs.
You get it, right? You get it?
Laugh,
yeah,
please.
you get it.
Please laugh.
Okay. Ha 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 ha.
No,
there you go.
Be authentic and organic. Too many to name. Would say try out some games you've played recently that you haven't seen enhanced, and it'll honestly blow you away seeing the difference. I remember playing Destiny unenhanced a couple of hours before the next gen upgrade came out, and it was amazing. Oh, that's good to hear. That's very good to hear.
Yeah.
Since I'm going to take the plunge and get an S as soon as I can.
Okay, so I think it would depend on really, Brent, what kind of games that you really want to play out of this. No, I was thinking mainly because like you said before, to do with your condition. I'm not sure what games you can play.
Right. Oh, Brent, that's true.
Quite hard. It is very hard to suggest games with not knowing how it is really. So if I was to throw a few on there, Horizon 4 might be a good option because I know you like racing games potentially.
He likes racing. We know that.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves. Good try Sea of Thieves with its new update. Other than that, I'm not sure. Not sure. So I would say just Google the list, see what's been optimized for the next generation, see what it is you want to play, and go for it. Just download it. If it's on Game Pass,
just download it. Like Nike, just do it. Except download.
Yeah, we won't talk about Nike and their sweatshop antics. Because come on.
Horizon 4 is a good call. Sea of Thieves looks gorgeous on Series X.
Look, I'm honestly wanting to play a Sea of Thieves when I get the Series X, because that's what I've been waiting for. Grew 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. I think we need to.
Anybody
I think
else
we need
got
to
anything?
we need to get some sessions going of some good games like Sea of Thieves or stuff like that.
Yeah.
'Cause I would like to encounter Jack Sparrow at some point.
I'm gonna be good. Because I
Any more?
promised.
Anything else? Yes, I know you said you were. You save it all for Friday.
I do.
Now
That's
you're sitting
another
here
thing.
wondering whether or not it should be whether or not I should say some off-kilter comments.
I just save all my naughty bits for Friday.
Don't ban us, Twitch, please. We don't mean that. You're not Amaranth.
Oh, frickin'. Again, nope. She's allowed. Remember? She's
Yes,
allowed
I
to
know.
do that.
I know. Saying no more. Any more questions?
Any more questions? It can be about anything. It can be existential. It could be what's your favorite spice? It could be.
Yeah, of course. But shall we close? Basically, if we get any more questions, we could cover them in a minute. So we'll start closing this out. So, Kylie, are you going to be streaming this week at all?
I don't know because I'm very tired.
Yes.
My favorite question.
Yeah.
That is my favorite question.
Kieran has asked, "What are you having for dinner?"
Now I want ribs.
Simple, classy, and always effective.
Yep, it's the best thing next to the weather that I love to talk about. Well, I am having some lime and tequila chicken. Which sounds bad. But it's good. Okay, lime and chili. We'll say lime and chili chicken.
You could have tequila chicken because you just burn off the alcohol.
Yeah. Well, you marinated in it, but yeah. But
yeah, you know what I mean. Like, it's the same thing with like Jack Daniels, wine, anything like that. You can burn the alcohol off and make it into a really
vegetables. What about you, Pete?
cool. I think you're gonna hate me after I say this.
Oh no. All the carbs.
It's not ribs.
Is it pasta?
No.
I love pasta.
I am having steak and ale pie.
Ooh. I think we just lost the stream for a bit there.
I think we may have done, yeah.
Okay.